up? It's Chris from Laser Lemon and UpandLoaded.com, and today we're talking about Nintendo Switch Online because Nintendo is talking about Nintendo Switch Online. They have revealed their plans for this online infrastructure. About a year or so ago, they said, hey, we're going to start charging people to play online. And the reason is because the one thing we get criticized the most for is our online infrastructure. So we figured the only way to make this awesome is to charge money for it, right? Let's get into it. This video is going to get a little jump cutty, but that's because I have a lot of data to parse through and I want to hit hard. So let's go. Jump cut. Getting into the meat and potatoes of this thing, the online multiplayer. This is the biggest draw. This is the biggest hook Nintendo has to get you to pay them a yearly fee or a monthly fee, whatever it is. They want you paying them money. Just like Microsoft wanted you paying money, just like Sony wanted you paying money. This is the future for these companies. They see everything as services. Netflix is a service. Netflix is huge. Hulu is a service. Hulu is huge. So the idea that these companies can get people to pay them money for practically nothing is an amazing business model. They have something, they have these games, and now they have a big fat paywall that you have to pay to get through. So Nintendo even spells it out right in the beginning of their online pitch. They said, battle it out or cooperate with players around the world in compatible games like Splatoon 2, ARMS, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Mario Tennis Aces, and Sushi Striker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those games. I don't know anything about Sushi Striker, but the first 5 games, and Mario Tennis comes out next month, but most of these games that they listed, you can already play on the Switch online at no additional cost. That is not a good draw for me. That is not a good pitch. That is not a good early pitch. You need to be, I mean, they don't even use the word Smash Brothers there. That you would think that that would be the big way they reveal this thing, the big way to sucker punch people into saying, I gotta have this. But no, they say a bunch of games that people already have, and then Mario Tennis and a sushi game. Not a good pitch, Nintendo. I don't think that this is something anybody can defend. The idea that you are paying a yearly fee to do something you can do for free on PC, you used to be able to do for free on Nintendo systems, and you used to be able to do for free on PlayStation systems, now you're just paying money for the hell of it. Granted, Sony kicked things up with their Trojan horse of PlayStation Plus. Remember, PlayStation Plus started on the PS3, had nothing to do with online multiplayer. It was just this additional service you could pay $50 a year for and get games. That was it. You get games, some discounts, some free themes, access into betas. Then, when the Xbox One was revealed, everybody hated it. They thought it was going to be the system that Microsoft said it would be, which didn't allow people to play used games, had an always online requirement. It sucked. People were so down on it. That negative noise from the Xbox One reveal drowned out everything, including Jack Tretton saying, hey, by the way, we're going to charge you to play online on PS4. Ha! People did it. People did it. Worked. Nintendo saw that. Now they're going to do it. Nintendo was the last dog in this fight as far as console games are concerned. Consoles now require you to play online or pay to play online. No matter what. No matter what system you are using, unless you are playing on a PC, which you should if you got the money. But unless you are playing on a PC, you have to pay to play online. And Nintendo's very into that idea. Next, we're going to talk about a beauty of a name here, which is Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online. I don't know where they're coming up with these names. It's just awful. It's just an awful mouthful. Uses the word Nintendo twice. So they say, enjoy 20 NES games with added online play for the first time ever, and more games added regularly. Now, this is not a bad thing in general. At first glance, this is not a bad thing that you get to play NES games with your subscription. They said, hey, 20 games at launch you could play online with other people. But if you break it down and look at it and compare it to the competition, like I said, Sony and Microsoft have added value to their system. When Microsoft first initiated this idea of paying to play online, it was bullshit back then. It's bullshit now. But when they first initiated it, there was no free games included. Games with Gold did not start until fairly recently. That is a fairly recent addition by Microsoft, and it was only because of pressure from PlayStation Plus. Now Nintendo's on this bandwagon too. And their answer, so PlayStation Plus and Xbox Games with Gold, you can count on 2 mid-sized to large games every month. At least 2 for your system of choice. So PlayStation 4, now I think you can get about 3 games, 3 PS4 games every month. Xbox Games with Gold is probably about 2 or 3, about the same. But they're generally, I mean, they do include indie games, and they do include big games as well. So, for example, on PlayStation Plus, last couple months, they've released Bloodborne, Ratchet and Clank, Mad Max, Just Cause, Beyond Two Souls. Big games. Big games. And Nintendo's answer to this is these games at launch: Soccer, Balloon Fight, Tennis, Ice Climber, Donkey Kong, Dr. Mario, Mario Brothers, Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Brothers, and Super Mario Brothers 3. All for the NES. But they have online play. Me personally, I see this, I hear this, and I don't get excited. Whatsoever. And that is not me trying to say this sucks. I think it's a cool idea. It's a cool feature. But is it a replacement? Is it comparable to the competition? I don't think so. I mean, they said they're going to add more NES games regularly. I'm 30 years old. I'm not the youngest guy in the world. But I'm not the oldest guy in the world either. And I'm confused at who Nintendo is trying to attract with this. Because while I can love me some NES games, that's not my bread and butter. That's not what I'm getting excited for. I'm not excited to pay Nintendo a yearly subscription fee to play NES games online. I don't understand. I don't understand the logic behind this. Except, I'm trying to come up with theories about where Nintendo might be going with this. I'm thinking maybe they're going to say that the base online subscription for this service will include NES games. And down the line, we're going to reintroduce Virtual Console as a monthly subscription, a la Netflix or Hulu. And then we'll include the other games. We'll include Super Nintendo, N64. Maybe we'll even throw in some GameCube or some Wii. I don't know. It's perplexing because Nintendo has made it clear over the last 2 or 3 systems, the Wii and the Wii U, say that, those systems had Virtual Console. And it's been very clear that Nintendo says, NES games are worth less because they charge more for the other systems. An NES game, let's say Super Mario Brothers, would be $5, and a Super NES game like Super Mario World would be $8. So if Nintendo is saying, hey, these games are worth less, and these are the only games that we are going to provide, we are purposefully giving you something of lesser value so that we can charge you down the line later. Charge you more. Give you something that you actually want. I don't know. It's just perplexing to me. Like I said, these are not bad games. At least not most of them. They're not bad games, but did they get you excited? I didn't grow up with Minecraft or a mobile phone in my hand, but I also didn't grow up with an Atari in my hand. I'm somewhere in between there. Personally, I'm not super jazzed for some online NES games. It's not the main hook. Now, if Nintendo said, hey, maybe we will include some Super Nintendo games or N64 games or GameCube games, that would be interesting. Throw NES in there too. You have a variety of consoles with so many games, just first party alone. The fact that you were limiting it to one system, I think, is foolish and selfish. You got both of the issues on there. Next, save data cloud backup. So this is something that people really wanted, and this is actually a really good feature to have. You have cloud backups, cloud saves. So one of the biggest problems with the Switch is that you can only save your game data, like your game progress, like your Breath of the Wild progress, Mario Kart, Mario Odyssey, whatever game you're playing. You can only save that progress directly to the system itself. You can't save it to an SD card. You can download the games to the SD card, but it has to read your save data from the system itself. So if you lose your system, or if that save data gets corrupted, or if somebody steals your system, whatever, that's gone forever. Until now, until this save data backup. I think it's a good feature to have. They haven't given any details except for the fact that this is a mandatory way to back up your data. People are not happy about this because Nintendo has still not provided a free way to back up your data. Some systems, like the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox One, will allow you to just stick in a thumb drive, copy your save data onto there, and back it up. You could throw it on your computer, you could throw it on another thumb drive, later just pop it back into the system. There you go, you got it all. And you could also have cloud backup saves through Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus. But they have a free option. Nintendo will not have a free option. So some people are really losing their shit over that. And I understand. I get it. Also, I understand why you would need to charge, or why you would want to charge, for free cloud backups. I said free. It's not free. Steam, on the other hand, you can have free cloud backups. I remember uninstalling a game, installed it on another computer, Steam game, and I was surprised to see that my progress was still there. I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't even know it was doing that. And they never charged me a penny for that. Nintendo, on the other hand, will be. Sony, on the other hand, will. Microsoft will. So, it's a double-edged sword on this one. I think it's good that it's there. I think that they should still offer a way to do it for free as well. Reason they don't is because Nintendo is super scared of piracy. And justifiably so. You might have heard that the Switch has been really hacked. Really cracked. People have figured it out. It's going to be a piracy magnet soon. Nintendo's going to have to create a new version of the Switch. And some people hear that and get really excited thinking, oh, there's going to be a Super Switch or a new Switch with beefier graphics and that sort of thing. Beefier hardware. It probably will happen, but probably not as soon as you might think. Now, I don't know. I think the cloud save thing is it's good. There's nothing negative to say about that except for the fact that they should have some kind of online backup. So this is something that people have been asking for. Some people are going to complain no matter what. I think it's a good thing to have. Next, we got a bad thing. The online app. Nintendo Switch online app. I don't know who's coming up with the names for these things, but they're not good. They're not good. Nintendo Switch online app, that's what they call it. Very to the point, at least. But you've probably heard of this. This is the required smartphone app. So you need to have a smartphone, and you need to have this app in order to chat with people online. That's currently the case right now with Splatoon 2, which I think is the only game that currently uses it. And it will be the case, Nintendo has confirmed, when the system launches in September. So they want you to pay $20 a year. That's the price, by the way. $20 a year for the ability to talk on the phone with people. It's crazy. It's madness. It's madness. The Switch has an auxiliary port. It has a port for you to plug in headphones. But God help you if you want to use that port to talk with people. No, you gotta plug these headphones. You gotta plug these headphones into your actual phone and talk away. Talk away. And what do you do with this? I don't know. Stick it in your pocket, sit it on your lap, whatever you want to do. At the end of the day, it's a bad idea. It's a pain in the ass. And Nintendo won't budge on it. If it's a hardware limitation where Nintendo said, hey, well, we're going to need as much RAM as possible to keep our operating system snappy, we have to offload this onto a phone. We have to. No other way around it. Then I wish they would just come out and say it. They probably feel like they can't justifiably do that without making themselves look bad. But the fact that you have gotten to this point where you need an app in the first place already makes you look bad. And you're trying to charge people for that. There's no positive thing to say about this. Make it an option. If you're going to have more cooler features with this smartphone app that for some reason you can't do on a hardware level with the Switch itself, okay, but talk about that. Tell me why this app is necessary. And when this app first launched, if you haven't used it, if you didn't use it at launch, it was a mess. It was a mess. The only way you could use the app was with the screen on. If you locked your phone, the app stopped working. You were no longer talking to anybody. If you opened another app, like a text message, the app stopped working. If you wanted to, minimize the game. You hit the home button on accident, whatever, the app stopped working. It was just a pain in the butt. And they've improved some things, I've heard. Like you can finally lock the screen, switch apps, that sort of thing. But there's one problem that they haven't fixed, which is that you still need the phone in the first place. I can use my phone to talk to people. I could do that. I don't know why I need to pay Nintendo to do that. Oh, I know. Because of the meat and potatoes we talked about earlier, which was that they have an online paywall. Only way you're going to play multiplayer now is by paying Nintendo for that peer-to-peer connection. Finally here, they're talking about special offers, and they just say stay tuned. Stay tuned for news on special deals and offers for members. I think that's probably just going to be like sales. PlayStation Plus, anytime there's a sale on the PlayStation Store, and I'm sure same with the Xbox Store, anytime there's a sale, there's two prices, usually. There'll be the regular sale price, $10 off, and the PlayStation Plus sale price, where it's an extra $3 or $5 off. So you get more incentives for being a PlayStation Plus subscriber. I'm assuming that is going to be similar on the Nintendo Switch. What do you call it? Nintendo Switch Online system, if not exactly identical. Anyway, I'm rambling here. This video has gone extremely long, but I have obviously a lot of thoughts on this. But I'd like to know yours in the comment section below. I think that this might get better. I feel like there's probably a virtual console subscription service down the line that they're just not talking about yet. I think that they really could have revealed this better. Probably should have revealed it on the same day they were talking about Smash Brothers, but they probably wanted to get some of these details out of the way. So we have one more thing to talk about here, which is the pricing. The pricing is going to be about $20 a year and about $5 per month if you want to pay it monthly. $20 per year, to be fair to Nintendo, is a third of the price of PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live Gold. However, that's not saying much. Just saying, oh, we suck, but we charge less to suck. That's not a selling point to me. And there is an extra layer of silver lining if you want to be nuts with it, because they have a family plan, which is $35 a year for I think up to seven or 8 people on your family plan, which is kind of crazy because they allow your family to play on different Switches. And I get the reasoning why, because ideally Nintendo wants you to have your own Switch. So they want a household full of Switches and everybody could play on the same plan. This is going to be exploited like crazy if Nintendo allows this family plan to work on IPs all around the world. And of course they will, because there's going to be an argument, well, the Switch is a portable console. I should be able to take it with me, regardless of whether or not my family member is at home playing on their Switch. So what this means is that there are going to be people out there that have the family plan, and they're not family members, obviously. So they'll share a $35 a year subscription fee, which I think somebody broke it down. It's about $4 and change per year. So if you are willing to go through the hassle of getting 8 people to coordinate and pay a monthly or a yearly fee together, you can get your Switch Online fix for less than $5 a year. So it's kind of a interesting little loophole that most people aren't going to exploit, but there are going to be people, especially people in poorer countries, that are going to love that. They're going to love that. Nobody's going to like the idea, I think, of paying to play online, but Nintendo's going to they still have a lot to prove for me. Nintendo said, we think it's going to be worth the wait. What I saw here was not worth the wait, but this is not the full list of details. There will be more. Nintendo is going to have some growing pains. And now that they are charging people to play, they're going to have to actually be accountable and answer for those growing pains. So let me know your thoughts. Comment section below. What do you think of Nintendo Switch Online and these details? Man, I'm just obviously exhausted by this whole thing. But subscribe for more if you have not already. Hit that like button if you liked it. You could dislike it if you didn't like it. But if you didn't like it, let me know why. If you did like it, let me know why. But yeah, just tell me your thoughts. Tell each other the thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think of Nintendo charging to play online? They're doing it cheaper, but I'm not sure they're doing it better. Actually, I am sure they're not doing it better. But I am honestly not a fan of anybody charging to play online. At least not for the multiplayer. If you want to add different features like this NES or Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online feature, where you can play online NES games, you want to add stuff like that, cloud storage, that's cool. Do that. You could charge for it. But the fact that you're charging me to use my own ISP to play with other people online, garbage. It's garbage. But that's just my completely unbiased thoughts. Let me know your completely unbiased thoughts. Comment section below. Subscribe for more. Follow us at Up and Loaded on Facebook and Twitter. Link in the description box below. Thank you. Thank you for getting through this with me. I love you.